can't verify. I didn't see that, so there's no way.
Is it not part of politics, irrespective of party, whether you're APC or PDP? Don't they spend money?
No, you spend money.
You spend money, right?
You spend money to mobilize people.
And we'll talk about mobilization.
You spend money to mobilize people. You spend money to even buy a bottle of Coke for people. You spend money to even...
All political parties do it.
Everybody, every party. It takes, but when you package $250,000, $200,000 to the whole, to all bars, principal bars in the Southwest, this one is open.
I mean, money.
The man who has been in Lagos, the president has been in Lagos for the past 4 weeks. Doling money out.
Money is money in politics, except you're saying, well, you have been outnumbered in the spending spree of
no, we are not federal government. We are not federal government.
But your state government, and
we are not.
They even say you allocated huge sums
they
of money.
They control almost 62% of the national budget. Some accounted and some.
What about the state budget?
State budget.
Who controls the state budget?
How much? How much?
In Lagos.
With 25 million people. Lagos is big. Everybody who knows anything in this country has one or two things, has one of two things to do with Lagos. That's where people go. We bear the burden of Nigeria, Lagos. We bear the burden.
I'm trying to look at, I'm going back to the peace accord because it's very key here. We've started seeing advertorial of the president and your presidential candidate on the front pages. Even channels is also talking about commitment to peace, which is very, very important here. And if you have just relate what occurred last Monday, and we're just 5 days to the big day, has there been any formal complaint from your party to the police or to those that should put these people in check? If you say they're a social-cultural group, they can't take laws into their hands. They have so threatened the way you have said. Have you reported the case formally to the authorities?
Severally.
No, we're not talking about severally. This particular one you just highlighted, have you made any complaint?
Yes, report was made, even to the Commissioner of Police, Lagos. When you talk about, did it happen? Can these people go to this extent? That's what we hear. That's what we've been hearing. I spoke to the chairman of the party.
Is that yes. What you got from the police?
Yes, I spoke to the chairman of the party. I said, I complained to him. I said, in broad daylight, our advert materials are being cleared in Alimosho with the help of the police. And the chairman spoke to the commissioner of police. And, hey, are they really doing that? What's the meaning of this? That's all. We also complained. We saw it. You saw the video. That police were the people leading OPC last Monday.
But they also accused your party of violence in Alimosho local government area.
Violence?
The senatorial candidate in Lagos.
That senatorial candidate that went to his counterpart office with guns and shot everywhere.
Both parties keep accusing each other.
No.
And then one
have you seen Lamleku Yayi going to his office to attack him with guns, with police officers? Have you heard that? Where will you get the police in the first place?
We'll get them in here and find out from them what really transpired. But now that there's a build-up, I mean, this is the last week. The last thing anybody wants to do is to incite people to go out for violence, because we all in this country would like to believe that we want peaceful elections. Let's talk about your party plans, for instance. I mean, with respect to security. I mean, yes, your party had always been strong on, talked about, yes, we intend to secure the country a lot more. Do you think that has been, to a large extent, maybe taken off point because the insurgents, the military is doing a good job of what they're doing in the Northeast?
The fact that you chased the militants away from the insurgency away from the occupied territories is not an end of the insurgency.
The president
but we want to thank God for it.
The president has acknowledged that much.
We want to thank God for it. But don't forget that behind we have 20,000 people that have been killed. We still have the unresolved issue of the Chibok girls. we still, you know, if they occupy a place and it chase them away, they still come.
Is your party
Hit and run.
promising, let me get this straight, is your party promising to bring back the Chibok girls?
Well, all we are saying is that we want to provide security. And if you go all over Lagos, yes, we are promising that.
Well, I think
we are going to bring that. I'm coming.
I've heard your candidate
Yes.
say,
I said it's on billboards all over Lagos that we will restore security and we will bring back the Chibok girls wherever they are.
This is not
Your
just a
party is
campaign.
If they are still, no,
that
you
they
have
will
to.
find the Chibok
It's a
girls.
campaign material. It's an issue, because even if you bring them back now, they may not be the same again. Some of them will be coming home with babies.
Does
Some
that
of them
mean
will be
that?
pregnant.
Pardon me. Does
As
that
I
mean
speak
that
to you,
your
15 parents of those girls.
So,
have
because
died.
just a minute. Does that mean that you know where they are, your party?
That we know where they are. We're promising that
you
we
will
will
bring
find
them
out.
back.
We will find out where they are. We will find out where they are. If I want to be too strict, I will tell you that this government know where they are. They know. They know something about this Boko Haram. They know. It's a game that was mismanaged. That's what we see. That's what we feel.
A game being played between who and who?
No, the ruling party. It's a game.
Because they have fingered
don't
the party.
forget.
They say that your party sponsors
No.
terrorists.
By the time we confronted them, they're no longer saying it. They're no longer saying it. If you remember the case of Azazi, it's still there. This thing started as implosions within the ruling party that were mismanaged. And you know, these small things, whatever you see, small things can graduate into a big thing.
So if we say that it's implosions, and now we already have some members of your party from the PDP, is it fair to say then that you might know something about it as well?
That now that we have
members of the PDP, people who used to be members of the PDP, now in the APC, is it fair to say then that you know something about it since that implosion?
We didn't start it.
You benefited from that implosion.
We didn't start it. We don't know.
How can you not know?
We didn't start it.
If you know so much about the implosion within the PDP,
it may not be
then maybe the implosion has benefited you in some way that we don't know.
In the PDP that knew what happened. We talked about Bono Sheriff. We talked about other people. This is a case of a game plan that was mismanaged.
I think isn't this all about politics? Because with the stories, I think you leave the nation confused. You tell them stories about monies being exchanged or given in huge sums, and Chamberlain is asking, aren't these speculations? And you go ahead to also tell us about VIN number and PIN number, and also saying that the police didn't make any move or take any action when you did complain. Because finally, I know ultimately we'll get to the police to hear their own side on this particular one. We need peace. And the way the political parties are going about it, if that is what it is, that you're being chased with your car, or because you have your party insignia on your car, then it is risky for anyone. We must talk about commitment to peace, especially around Lagos, where you represent the APC. How well can that go for us on election day, since we're very, very close to this particular election?
We're just raising an alarm, and we worry about institutions in Nigeria. Once you're elected president, people, those institutions think that this is ours. They don't work for everybody any longer. They see themselves working for the ruling party. That's what we, especially the police and other organs of government. They call them to a meeting and say, you go and deliver. You go and deliver, this is your government. And they move. He is the commander-in-chief. And they tell you, look, we have to protect the system. We have to do it. But they have not seen themselves clearly as an institution that's supposed to work for everybody. We focus attention to individuals, leaving out building, institutions that's supposed to work for everybody.
What would you say to those who have the impression that if parties continue this way with the police, for instance, you put them between the devil and the deep blue sea, because when they go out there, people will be of the impression that, look, they have come out to do a certain job, and then it will be us and them, to the extent that they will not be able to listen to the police, and that is a recipe for something nobody wants to see.
No, you know, we talk from antecedents. We talk from antecedents. This is not what happened in Ekiti. When our leaders were going to Ekiti, they were stopped in Akure. I don't know whether you have listened to Ekiti's state scandal. A voice tape.
So are you going to sack the entire police force or something if
no,
your
but
party wins?
Let us see some actions being taken. At least the name of an army officer was mentioned in a Ekiti scandal.
Have you gone to court with that material?
We'll go to court.
You will, or you have?
I don't know whether they have gone to court, but I know we will be in court. But we had expected that at least this general mention should be called to question.
But isn't okay? Let's do that.
They all acknowledge the fact that they were in that meeting. That's number one reason why we would have questioned them.
So what
but
would
this is not the first time.
Would you suggest the police be present for elections?
Yes, because that's their constitutional duty. That's their constitutional duty. There's nothing you can do about it. Whether they're for you or for the federal government, there's something you can do about it. Some people must be there. But I know it's not all the police officers that do this.
All right.
There are police officers that love other Nigerians. They love the opposition.
You know, this week there'll be all sorts of expectations across the country, especially for the presidential elections. That's a big one. What will your message be to your supporters?
Well, we've been saying that we're ready for change. That we are ready to do things differently in this country. We're ready to tackle the issue of corruption in this country, because that's a major problem. We're ready to deal with the issue of security. We're ready to take up the issue of power generation in this country. Let me talk about corruption a little bit. Well, we're focusing on corruption because we want to release money for investment. When oil was sold at 32, 38 per barrel before 2010, we have $62 billion in the external reserve. And when we were selling oil for 110, 120, 130, it will reduce to $32 billion US. What happened? What happened? And nobody is talking about it.
All right, we're winding down. Do your supporters listen to you when you tell them not to respond violently, even in the face of provocation?
Yes. Because he who does not want, who knows that he's not going to get anywhere, can decide to take laws into the hand. He can decide to pull down the house so that everybody will go home.
In that case,
so we tell our people not to be provoked. You stay there.
All right. Could you? Let's end with that. Just tell them on camera how they need to conduct themselves.
I want APC supporters to be calm, even in the face of provocations. Because I know that these provocations will come from the signals and signs that we're getting all over the place. I know they will come, but be resilient. Be courageous. Lagosians are not to be courageous. They are not people you can easily intimidate. So we are telling them that some people may trust in their chariots and horses, but you have to, where to put your trust on. Put your trust in God. And God that we serve will disarm them, and then we'll get what we want.
Thank you for coming on, Mr. Joey Wokwe, spokesperson for the APC in Lagos. We'll be back after the break. Join us again.